Joanna Schaefer, and I am a world history teacher. And I use close reading a lot in my class because it's really important for the students to read primary source documents, not only from American writers, but from other writers around the world. In the lesson that I taught, they read a speech from Stalin. It was a very difficult text. And getting the students to read it multiple times and then to use the evidence from the text to support their answers can be very difficult. It's a process that you have to get your students used to, and the more you use it, the more they are able to annotate more, refer back to the text, understand their writing in the columns, or they're not just underlining it, they're actually writing questions or making connections. One of the things that the students really need to practice and that the teacher needs to make sure that the students do is when you're having a group discussion, that students are not just listening, but they're taking what others are saying and also writing it down. That's probably the time when most and the discussions are rich and deep and full, so that students can write down like, oh yes, that's right, I see that connection between the text and this idea about Stalin's use of capitalism, and to write it down so that they can refer to it when we either write an essay, when we have midterms, or when we discuss it later on in quick writes, or when we refer back to it in other parts of class. Using that process over and over again is really helpful. Primary source documents can be hard, but they can also be really fun. I think the kids were very proud of themselves after this lesson because they read something from a dictator in the USSR as opposed to just a president in the United States. So I think that that gave a level of confidence to the students that even though the text is hard, that they're able to get through something that's very difficult.